pro fight scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Introducing first the fighter to my right, fighting out of the red corner. He hails from Nashville, Tennessee, and represents Nashville MMA. Weighing in at 145 pounds, Zack Hicks! And his opponent to my left, fighting out of the regional blue corner, is from Louisville, Kentucky, representing Bronx Hill MMA, and weighing in at 145 pounds, Ricketts!
They're fired up and ready to go.
Hicks able to land that big right kick. Hicks definitely looks to be the bigger of the two fighters.
Yeah, you can tell. It looks like he must have a little bit more of a weight cut to get down to 145. You know, sometimes the bigger fighter, that can be an advantage, able to wear a guy down, just be physically stronger is always the advantage, but sometimes the more muscle weighs you down more, and sometimes the quicker fighter has the advantage.
Michael Ricketts isn't really liking those leg kicks too much. I don't blame him.
Well, he's found a home for him.
Good 1-2 move off center there.
Once he gets him stalked right there, he stalks him, kind of corners him is what he's trying to do, and then land those big leg kicks.
Hicks is making that jab find a home so far, as well as that left hook.
And you can see Michael Ricketts kind of leaving that right hand in good position now after he get hit with a few of those hooks. Ricketts is going to have to figure out a way to kind of deal with these leg kicks, because they're going to become a factor in the fight if he does not.
Absolutely.
There's where that size and strength we talked about was a factor right there. He shot in on that takedown and was able to kind of finish it fairly easily because it looked like he's a much bigger, stronger person right now.
Yeah, he just kind of bulldozed Ricketts right into the cage there.
Chris, what are your thoughts on half guard in MMA?
Well, much better in jiu-jitsu in my opinion. Half guard in MMA, if you're a good, strong wrestler and you have good position, that just lets you sit there and wail on people and throw elbows. So, like I said, if you're in jiu-jitsu, much more of effective. I don't find it highly effective at all in MMA. If I'm in half guard, things are not going my way, and I need to re-guard quickly.
Obviously, Ricketts didn't choose to be, this isn't his preferred position.
Yeah. But like I said, he's in there right now, and he's got to do what he can to get out of it, because half guard, you're just going to take a beating in MMA. Maybe not in jiu-jitsu like we talked about. Good job by him right now trying to scramble out.
Hicks is just sticking tight.
Hicks is all over him right now. He's got that. He doesn't have the body triangle, but he cannot stay right. He's got to get back to his back, get to his side. He cannot sit there and have him flatten him out on his back. Ricketts right now is really trying to move. He's got to work on pulling him in tight right now. He's able to get half. Okay, see now, half guard is much better than the position he was in, but he's got to work to get full guard right now.
Yeah, Ricketts is recovering one position, but he's just stopping there for just a second. I think if he were able to keep his momentum, keep his hips moving, he might be able to recover all the way to full close guard.
Exactly, and what he's doing right now, he's getting in half guard. Okay, take a break, and then he's trying to move on to full guard, but it's too late by that point. A good fighter gets established position. You have to do it all at once.
Yeah, like you said, it's too late at that point. Hicks already got his underhooks back.
Yeah, transition, that's what it's all about right now. And Ricketts is in huge trouble right now. He needs to pull him in tight. He needs to reach around. There he goes, trying to do good there. That's what he needs to do, is pull him in tight, not let him sit up. And as soon as he sits up, he needs to explode up and pop his hips up. But he's doing a good job right now. See how he's holding him in tight? Makes it very difficult to do any offense. Oh, good head and arm choke attempt, but stopped by Ricketts. He needs to really wait for the right time and explode up on bottom. Really oompa and pop his hips up. That's when he explodes. When the guy sits up to throw punches, that's when you explode.
Yeah, you got to know that you're going to eat one to the face, but it's better than sitting there and eating a couple and not getting anything. At some point, you just have to accept that you're going to get punched.
Well, and that with that 10-second break, Ricketts knows right now all I have to do is hold him in position, hold him in tight. He can hit me with these little shots, but nothing is going to end the fight. Devastating round right now for Ricketts. He was on bottom a lot, eating a lot of punches.
Maybe even 10-8.
Possibly.
But you never know with these judges.
That's a good point. Technically should it be? Probably, but will it be? I don't think so.
To be fair, though, it's not just these judges. MMA judges across the board.
No, yeah.
Right? I know that's what you meant.
Yeah, I'm not trying to down-talk these three judges here tonight.
No, but across the board in Vegas all the time, right? You see it, and you're like, what the hell?
You watch fights, and you go, like, well, earlier today we had the 30-29. I'm like, I don't know what happened. Am I on a hidden camera joke? Am I being punked?
Yeah, it's mathematically not possible, but okay.
Well, I mean, I don't know what's happening sometimes.
Yeah, I think it's erroneous to try to force a boxing 10-9
It doesn't make any sense.
Makes no sense. We are our own sport.
Now, okay, Ricketts right now, he has to be looking for answers. To me, he's not big and strong enough to deal with this guy on the ground very much. And he's not getting off first on his punches. He's sitting there and taking these leg kicks. He needs to come forward, throw some punches, a lot of movement. Look at that. Look at his legs. See, that's a good job right there. He came forward, but you can't just run forward haphazardly. You have to throw your punches and be ready to move.
Yeah, I think Ricketts should try to focus on being the faster fighter.
Exactly.
Work to your strengths. But right Hicks is just dominating these underhooks.
Yeah, well, and you saw Ricketts try and pummel for position, but he realized real quick, I'm not strong enough to do this right now. If I do this, I'm going to get taken down. So now he's able to fight for position a little bit better. But he has to just keep kind of saying, okay, I'll take these overhooks. Not where he wants to be, because it's much easier. See, look, he's just trying to throw him around. Look at the huge welt on the leg of Hicks, and Ricketts hasn't landed that many good kicks.
Ricketts, at the age of 18 in 2012, was a Indiana Golden Gloves champion. Okay, he wants a boxing match. He doesn't want any of. Would you guys agree? He doesn't want the grappling match.
That's what I was saying. He's kind of overpowered physically, and so this does him no good. I don't think he sees a way out, because every time he tries to get in a better position, Hicks just kind of grinds into a more dominant position.
Yeah, this is the way that the first round went, almost exactly. It was in this half guard. Ricketts would try to maintain a position. He just switched to the other half guard there. He just wasn't able to get Hicks off top of him, and he's going to have to do that.
Exactly. Easier said than done. I understand that you got a bigger, stronger guy on top of you, but you have to figure out a way right now. Like he said, if he would push that left leg down and squeeze his left leg through there to try and get full guard, but every time he tries to do that, he's eating a left hand to the face. So right now, Ricketts has to be very careful, because Hicks is trying to do what he can to pull that leg out and go into full mount. If he's able to go into full mount, it's going to be a huge problem. And now the elbows are starting to come. You see, Hicks isn't even putting pressure on him anymore. He's kind of sitting up a little bit more where he can throw those elbows.
Yeah, Hicks is just kind of picking his spots right here. He knows he's got a long time to go. He's not really, it doesn't appear like he's too worried about driving that knee through and passing in a mount.
I mean, he's throwing little times where he's trying it, but it makes it more difficult. And he's still, why would he? He's landing good punches right now. He's winning the fight. It's up to Ricketts to try and stop him from winning this fight. You say Ricketts right now, there is a good explosion right now.
Really good timing there from Michael Ricketts.
This is what Ricketts wants. He wants distance.
Yes, he needs
Not
it.
this.
He was not
Not
able to get
this,
the
you're right,
distance
not on
right
the
there.
cage. Yeah, he wants it up. He doesn't want it down, but he doesn't want it against the cage either.
Ricketts doing a very good job there for a second of fighting for head position, created a little bit of space with that. Oh, and just a nice, easy leg sweep got him right back into position.
Yeah, I think the mistake was Ricketts. He timed it great and exploded up to his feet, but he kept his overhooks and snuck a knee in there.
Yep.
If I was Michael Ricketts, hindsight 2020, it's easy for me to say from out here.
Sure.
I would have liked him to push off and clear out, go to the center.
Yep. And here's a problem. You can tell that was kind of an easy takedown, and I think the fatigue factor is starting to set in because you get very tired trying to stop a monster like this from holding you down and beating on you for 8 minutes is very tiring. So I think the fatigue factor, the takedowns are going to come a little easier.
Yeah, the takedowns, the guard passes, the punches.
Yeah, as a top guy as Hicks, he's not expending nearly as much energy. He's on top. He's putting all the weight, all the pressure on Ricketts. Ricketts has to do all the work. Holding this guy's weight makes it more difficult. It wears you out a little bit quicker.
And Hicks just all the while staying the course, working body, head, past the guard.
And every time Ricketts tries to, get into the full guard, he just quickly pushes his leg down and goes right back into position. Like, nope, I'm taking half guard. Like I said, this is probably my least favorite position that I've been in fights is when you are in a half guard. You have half guard and you're pushed your head up against the fence. There's nowhere to go. You're just trapped there and you can't really create the space to get full guard.
How do you survive this?
You just got to keep doing what he's trying to do. You just try to hold the guy in tight. You have to find the right time to explode and try and get out. Because if you just sit here, you're going to lose a fight.
I was going to say, Chris, you've never been stopped.
I have been cut open from this position before.
Oh, okay,
And I've been cut open. I remember when I fought Josh Koscheck, I stayed there a lot, and it was a bloody mess afterwards. I did my best and got out eventually, but it was not a fun time. That's why I say it's my least favorite spot. I've been there, and I didn't like it. A big, strong wrestler on you, and you have half guard. That's why I don't think it's a good position to ever get. You're going to take a lot of elbows and punches.
Maybe even another 10-8 round for Hicks.
I guess it's better than being mounted.
Yes, it is, but
Yeah,
like I
so
said,
if that's what your option is.
Well, that's your option. Like I said, the best option is to try and get full guard, but it's very difficult to do when you have a guy with great hips and is a heavy, strong guy, and they're stopping that from happening. Like, they don't even care. They're not even trying to pass guard. They're not trying to get mount. They're very happy just sitting in there and winning.
Yeah, Hicks was just staying the course the entire, so far, 10 minutes of this fight. Get the takedown, stay on top, small punches to the body, small punches to the head.
So at this point, I would think, Ricketts knows he's down a lot. He has to make a meaningful, he has to win the fight by stopping. So what I'm looking for is to set up some big shots. So as Hicks comes in, work on uppercuts, work on knees. You set up these couple jabs, and as he comes straight in, that's when you do, because Hicks is going to come straight forward and try and maul him again. So you have to set up your shot to knock him out when that happens.
Yeah, I think you're going to see Ricketts come out, rock, and circle. That would be my hope. That would be what I would want if I were him.
Nice leg kick again. See, I'm trying to set up that big punch, that thing where I know he's going to come in and try and stop me, and that's where I want to, or get the takedown, I should say, and that's when I want to try and stop him with a punch.
This is more Ricketts style for sure.
This is exactly where he wants to be
He
the whole
got
fight.
rocked. Yeah, if I'm Ricketts, I'm trying to pull out the shot, but there it was. It was hidden behind the jab.
And that's what I was talking about. You have to try and set up, as he's coming in, to try and throw that counter, that uppercut, something to stop this, because right now he's back in half guard. I don't see a way out of this right now for Ricketts.
No, nor do I.
The story of this fight thus far is the wrestling of Hicks.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the size, the strength, and the wrestling.
Good hits here from Hicks. Same old song and dance.
And I know a lot of people are just, oh, he needs a roll, he needs to get up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to, but it's not quite that easy. It's like saying, oh, you just need to go earn $1 million. I know the plan is just hard to accomplish that.
Yeah, I just need to be born with rich parents.
Exactly.
And I am impressed from Hicks still being active on top here. Body, head.
He hasn't slowed down at all.
Not at all. Pummel inside.
Man, that is a nasty welt he has on his leg. Jeez.
Yeah, he's going to be limping tomorrow, no matter the result.
You know, you like to see like Ricketts be able to like earn a stand-up just by holding him in tight, but I mean, Hicks isn't allowing him to do that. He's constantly hitting him somewhere. You know, and now Ricketts trying to land punches himself, but that's kind of, I think, a waste. I would say just do whatever, give up your back if you have to get up, which he did.
Good job. Yeah, if you're Ricketts, you have to force the issue.
Exactly. You're going to lose right now, so you have to do something to try and not lose. And it might put you in a worse position, but it's either stand there and lose slowly or lose a little quicker trying to go all out. Once again, very devastating position. He tried something, he ended up in a worse spot like we talked about.
Yeah, but I can't fault Ricketts at all.
That's exactly what he should have done. I would try and trap the arm right now and go for another roll. Tough to do against a good wrestler, but what else can you do at this point? Trap the arm, track leg, and try and open over the top. Like he does right there. Good job. Didn't end up in a great position, but ended up in a little better position.
Looked like Ricketts was trying to rip that Kimura grip from the half guard. It's kind of hard to do, but at this point, we're throwing Hail Marys.
Yeah, I mean, once again, you know you're down 0-2. You have to try something different.
And again, all the while, it's hard to throw the Hail Mary when you're getting punched in the face.
Exactly, and that's one thing Hicks is doing well. He's just standing on the whole time, not giving him a chance to think, not giving him a chance to be offensive, being on the defense the entire time.
Hicks has dominated this fight with, I guess, what I would describe as MMA wrestling, right? This isn't just folk-style wrestling.
Correct.
No, because, you know, he's doing a great job of, you know, wrestling's one thing, and it seems like you're just kind of holding the guy down. He's not holding this guy down. He's doing damage the entire time. I don't think if you're not doing damage, I don't know if you're winning the fight. He's doing damage all the time. He's winning.
Yeah. And another thing, it's one thing to get takedowns, but it is another feat entirely to hold someone down for essentially the entire fight.
Oh, for sure. That's difficult to do, and make them pay the price.
Yes.
What we see here is Hicks, who's out of a very legitimate gym, has some very legitimate training partners every day, and this is the culmination of that.
Yeah, exactly like you said. You don't get out of that gym without being tough.
No, not at all.
Probably don't get to walk around thinking you're the toughest guy in the world.
Yeah,
either.
when you're sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail, and I guarantee he's a nail out the gym.
That's how you get better, though, right?
That's how you become the hammer in the fight, you know? Wow, really got to give it to Ricketts for earning that stand-up at the end of the fight, you know? Fought all the way to the end. That's all you can ask. Just kind of overmatched this fight.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Michael Ricketts, but very impressive for Zack Hicks.
Agreed.
I'm not familiar with Zack Hicks. I would be interested to know his wrestling credentials.
Oh, yeah.
And it looks like Nashville MMA traveled up here.
Yeah, I know. I know it's like. And he just acknowledged, you know, the wrestling aspect was a problem for him.
Ladies and gentlemen, After 3 rounds of fighting action, all 3 judges scored the fight 30-27. For the winner, fighting out of the red corner, Zack Hicks.
Like I said, class acts, both guys. Enjoyed that fight.